Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 of the 7-day Calm Your Mind Challenge. Today we're going to talk about labels and how labels can really affect your peace of mind, can really affect your emotional state and your sense of well-being. And we're going to talk about how you can stop showing everyone your labels. Now, what is a label? Well, this follows a little bit on from beliefs yesterday, and what tends to happen is we often get labelled a certain way. She was always an anxious kid, she still is an anxious person. Or he's a bit of a hothead, or she's very highly strung. And what happens is when we are given a label, we unconsciously live up to it. So if you were given a label of being a little bit of a worrywart as a kid, you would start to unconsciously look for things to worry about. And this would reinforce the label. And then you would get more feedback of, she's a worrywart. And then you'd start looking for more. Or if you were labelled as a child as being angry, maybe your parents mistook your normal behaviour as being angry and labelled you as an angry child. You then became angry. So people will live up to or live down to whatever labels they are given, even when they are untrue. So if you have been given the label of someone who can't manage their emotions, if you have been given the label of being an anxious, highly strung, overly sensitive person, you are going to unconsciously live up to these labels, whether you're aware of it or not. That's why it's unconscious. I used to do this. I was very much labelled as a bit of a worrywart as a kid, and then as I grew into an adult, I labelled myself as being an anxious person. Oh, I can't do that, that might make me feel anxious. Or I don't want to go there, that might make me feel anxious. Well, that happens because I'm anxious. I am this way because I'm anxious. It was a very strong label. I was also unconsciously by my family given the label of the baby in the family because I'm the youngest of 3. And so I would always be looked after like a child because there's quite an age difference. Even when I was an adult, my sisters and my mum would still look after me in a different way to the rest of them. So I, got to be the baby of the family for a long time, even when I had my own babies. But at some point I realised I don't have to be these labels. I am not these labels. And I decided to label myself differently. I decided to label myself in a way that would support me feeling calm, support me feeling as though I have inner peace. And it started to become more and more real because we live up to it. So have a think about what are some of the labels you were given as a child that you're still living now? What are some of the labels that you have that are affecting your mental and emotional state? Bring them out into the light. They're a bit like vampires. Once you bring the labels into the light, they tend to crumble like vampires, and you can do something with them. You can turn them around much, much more easily than if you keep them in the dark. And also, what labels are you giving people that might also affect your own emotional well-being and your own moods? Have a think about it, write them down, let me know, comment in the box, what are some of the labels that you're ready to let go of? Cut them off. Have fun with it. Notice the power of labels and how you can use them to your advantage to create a calm, centered, even mind. I look forward to seeing you in day 6.